boys and girls, today what you're going to do is you're going to get 4 sheets of paper. So you can pick 4 different sheets of paper. On one of those sheets of paper, you're going to draw the fish shape. Make sure you draw it big. Try to go from the top of the paper to the bottom of the paper. On a second sheet of paper, you're going to trace that same fish shape. So now you have 2 fish shapes. On the third piece of paper, you're going to create the dorsal fins. Those are the fins on the top and on the bottom. And on the fourth sheet of paper, you're going to do the fish tail. Now make sure you leave some space on the fish tail and the dorsal fins so that you can glue it to the back of your fish. On one of those 2 fish that you drew, you're going to draw some stripes. So to do that, I kind of draw like a flame looking line, very curvy line going all the way down and all the way back up. You'll then cut out that flame that you drew and you're going to glue it on the back, covered in glue, and then glue it onto the second fish that you have. That creates these stripes on our fish. Then you can take your dorsal fins and cut those out a little bit more, and your tail, and glue those down. So it should look something like this. Now before you do all that though, you might want to take it and on that one sheet of paper, doesn't matter which color, whichever color you want, I trace the shape of the fish so then I can draw the eye where it goes and I can draw the little side fin. So there's my side fin, there's my eye. I'll cut these out. Now later on we're going to use different colors pieces of paper to add some details into our fins and onto our fish. So you can take your cutouts and kind of arrange it where you want it to go to see what it'd look like. I've decided that my eye needs to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to use a yellow piece of paper and draw my eye bigger. So now I have 2 eyes I can use. You can do this too if you want. After you've glued it all down, you can then start using little strips of paper to bring out your dorsal fins, kind of give it that accordion look. So I'm cutting just little tiny strips. I put it up against my dorsal fin and then I cut it to make it the same length. Now the last part that we'll do after you add these little details is you'll get to use some oil pastels and create value. What value is when you go from light to dark. So to do that we use black and white. And we're going to make this fish go from being flat to looking more 3D. So I'm taking some crayons and I'm adding some texture. It's called Implied Texture. So what that is it looks like texture, but if you touch it, it's still just really smooth. After I added some Implied Texture, I'm going to use my white oil pastel and add some highlights on the top of the fish. So see how I kind of go around the top of my fish with the white. I go around the top of my dorsal fins with the white, and in between those little vents that I created. And then I want to take the black and I can outline the underneath of the fish with black. I'm doing the sides of the stripes to kind of make them pop out a little more. And I want to add just some hint of black, just a tiny little bit of black to the top dorsal fin. Then I'm going to take my black oil pastel and bring out that eye to make it look more 3D. Add a couple little white dots in the eye to make it look like the light is reflecting against it. And then you can just use the oil pastels if you feel like you need to add some more light or some more dark. Just kind of finish it up. Now I want us to be able to make at least 2 fish. One of them you're going to get to keep. The other one I want you to leave here so that I can put them up on the hallway out in the hall. And after the summer, when students come back, we will have a big school of fish greeting the school, kind of like a nice way to decorate the school for the beginning. beginning of the school year. So that's our fish. Make sure you make them big. And that's it.